Alright, take two.
Welcome to The Girls Who Waited, the Geek Girl YouTube show all about Doctor Who and more. Thank you so much for watching this special episode from TimeGate in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm really excited to be here and have the opportunity to interview some really awesome Doctor Who guests and convention attendees. So hopefully you will enjoy the following video. Sadly, Angela was up in amazement this weekend, so we could not do this together. But we will hopefully soon be together at Common Carolinas to bring you some really fantastic videos of us together. So I hope you enjoy what we have collected here. And if you like, of course, you can find us on Facebook at The Girls Who Waited. And of course, as always, subscribe and like and share. Thank you.
In the show.
Right. Well, I was working on a soap opera with one of the writing team. More or less a freelance writer, but this is just like a spell of work. On the writing team, soap opera called Phosphorus. It's a legendary soap opera, legendary because of its badness. It's basically, I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a show called Acorn Antiques, which is a parody of that. Probably not. Anyway, and there were teams of writers, and I was on a team of writers with someone called Derek Sherwin, who left to become script editor of Doctor Who. But he didn't really want to be script editor of Doctor Who. He wanted to do something sort of more upmarket and superior. And he eventually got a job on. He got his new job, which was on a play series, which was much more what he wanted to do. Everybody in? Sat down? Come. And but he couldn't. He eventually got his new job, but he couldn't leave Doctor Who till he found a successor to do his job. And he tried several people. I only learned this later. He tried 3 or 4 people, all of whom failed miserably. And then I think in some desperation he turned to me. And so I've always said I always feel guilty about this, because Who fans seem to say, often say, what a terrific job. How you must have fought your way to the top to get hold of it. And how it happened is I was sitting at home at my desk, drinking coffee and trying to think of something to write about, when the telephone rang, and it was Derek saying, "Terrance, how would you like to be script editor of Doctor Who?" And it's pure luck, which is very much the story of my life, actually. And cautiously I said, "For how long?" And I said, "We give you a 3 months initial contract, then we'll see." And I thought, well, okay, it's 3 months regular work and money, always good for a freelance. They'll fire me at the end, but I'll be no worse off than I am now, So I said, yeah, okay, I'll have to give it a go. And so I turned up. As I've said before, the first thing contact I ever had with Who was a playback of the Web of Fear, which gives you the kind of time scale. And they were desperately trying to make the roar of the Yeti sound less like a flushing toilet. A task in which they never succeeded, I think. I need a scientist, that I can collaborate with. And the brigadier says, "No, you don't, Doctor. You need someone to pass your test tubes and tell you how wonderful you are." Basically, she was good at. And so we had Joe Grant. But it's true that for a long time the role of the female companion, I always used to say their role was to be strapped to the train tracks or the circular saw and scream till the doctor came and rescued them. And that was fine with me. I thought that was the natural role for a companion, a female companion. But it became evident during this period we were not going to get away with this anymore. The rising tide of feminism was leading to increased protests. So we created Sarah Jane, who was never the doctor's assistant. She was an independent journalist. She had a life and career of her own, and she always stood up to the doctor and argued with him, And I think that marked a kind of a point of change, because any female you can't do a wishy-washy screaming helpless female heroine anymore. Right. They've all got to be strong, capable females. So the feminists have won out. That was, you see, what that came from was that Barry and I had gone to the, also been invited to the premiere of the Paul McGann one, you know, the film that came out in May, which we hated.
We did too. It's
okay. Barry used to say, when he was upset, he used to say, my stomach is churning. And he said he sat there with his stomach churning throughout the entire thing. We didn't in fact walk out, but we walked out of the BBC party afterwards because some BBC mandarin said to me, what do you think of it, Terrance, old chap? And I said, it's incoherent crap, which he wasn't all too pleased with. And then I said to Barry, look, I think we better go, Barry. I'm liable to say something tactless.
Hello, I'm Alex.
I'm Ryan. This has been TimeGate 2014. There's a man with a dog.
Wait.
What's up, dog? Yes, this is a very enjoyable convention. TimeGate's always enjoyable. It's a smaller convention, but you know, it's lots of fun. Especially, you know, it's a very much of a geek out convention.
Yeah, usually small conventions like that, you can actually see people and do stuff without getting overwhelmed.
This time, Terrance Dicks was here. You know, he's a classic Who script editor, writer. You know, a little bit of producing.
Yeah.
And a dog.
So yeah, he actually was here a couple years ago, and I don't think I actually really got to see any of his panels, but we caught how many so far? 3?
Yeah.
Including the commentary panel, which is really good. Very interesting man, has a lot to say. Several great anecdotes, which are always fun.
Yes.
Yeah, he's generally just a swell guy. Something weird.
Well, yeah. He is though. He's awesome. You know, last year was Colin Baker. Last year we had a doctor, but you know, this year was really cool just because he's worked on it for so long.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. He's put so much into Classic Who as a writer and script editor. Like, just added so much to the mythos to Classic Who. It's ridiculous. So he's a pretty big name in Classic Who.
What else have you enjoyed about this weekend?
Well,
the costumes.
Well, yeah, the
people.
Costumes always.
Yeah, thanks for
just hanging out with friends. You know, taking pictures with the TARDIS, taking pictures in the TARDIS, taking pictures of the TARDIS.
Having a dance party in front of the TARDIS.
Having a dance party inside the TARDIS.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
Yes.
Just generally anything
TARDIS related.
TARDIS related.
Yes, there you go.